Hello, patrons. I am here in West Michigan, and that is Lake Michigan right there. And I just wanted to do that little video for you, kind of Q&A style, although none of you asked me questions yet, maybe on future ones. But and just talk a little bit about my creative process and how you can be more creative too, if you want to be. I can only really speak to things that are words and music related, but I'm sure these philosophies would apply to art, anything inspiration related. So the main thing I wanted to share with you is something that I share a lot in my classes on writer's block, and that is the concept of like how to avoid writer's block and how to be prolific if you want to be prolific. And so basically, I've read a ton of books on this subject, and the number one thing that's ever helped me and seemed to help others has to do with like the hemispheres of the brain, like the stereotypical, are you a right brainer or are you a left brainer? And so that applies to writer's block as well. So most of us, when we create, we can't help but do this because we were raised in an educational system that promoted this, but we edit as we go. So we write something and we love it, and then we write another sentence and maybe we don't like that. Or same with painting, same with anything. And that's the way I describe that is like if you have the two hemispheres of the brain, imagine that this is true because some science has said it's not. But, let's say that our left hemisphere is all about order and editing and making things good or like correct. So that's like the part of our brain that wants to fix it. And if the other side of our brain is like the creative side that wants to play, that's like a child and just wants to have fun, now imagine that like they're trying to do it at the same time. Like they're completely at odds with each other. And so when we're trying to create, if we're trying to edit while we create, it's like telling a kid that just got out their toys to play that as they go, they have to be cleaning up their toys. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you let them play, and then when you're done playing, you do a good job cleaning up. And so the same is true with your brain, the same is true with writer's block. So you allow yourself to write anything and let it be shit, let it be terrible, absolutely anything that comes out of you. And I did it, for a year publicly. You don't have to do anything that intense. You can just do it for yourself, and you can fill journals full of your thoughts that you never edit, and maybe you throw them away right away. Like, it doesn't even matter. But that's the right side that just wants to play. It wants to express. It wants to create. And then when you feel like crafting something, then you pull out those idea books, whether they're sketches, whether they're stories, whether they're half finished, whatever, doesn't matter. But when you're in left brain editor mode, that's when you pull those out and you go to town and you tweak a lyric or you change something. But you never, ever, ever should do them at the same time. And it's going to feel like resisting an urge because you're going to want to. But just know that that's not you. That's your education trying to tell you that you should be editing because you're not good enough, or what you wrote isn't good enough, or, oh, that's bad, or that's drivel, or that's poppy, or, oh, I've heard somebody. The worst one is, oh, someone else has done this before. Like, oh, I stole that from so-and-so. Doesn't matter. Like, you let that child play. Have you ever heard a child be in the middle of making up a goofy song and be like the second line in, go, oh, I stole that from Madonna. Oh, well, I guess I can't keep singing right now. Like, it shuts down that play immediately. So don't do it. Let yourself play. Edit if you want to. Worst case, if you never want to be a professional and you just want to be a hobbyist, then you can have like the best fun of your whole life and you can just play. And you never have to edit any of them ever. And that's pretty cool too. So it's a little addictive, though, I won't lie, that process, because then once you get used to it, you stop wanting to do some of the editing work. So I'm about to undergo a year of taking some of these songs that I made last year and trying to edit them and clean some of them up and release them on Bandcamp, and not looking forward to that as much as this past year. So hopefully it goes okay. Yeah. So this is me in nature. Whoops, ran out of room. Anyway, bye. Thanks for watching. Thanks again for your support. And I'll see you next time. Feel free to send me your questions about how to write, how to make up music, how to be prolific, chord progressions, standard tips and tricks about songwriting. I'll tell you pretty much anything I know. Happy to. Thank you again. Bye.